Hi apples and welcome to a new video on my channel. I'm so sorry there haven't been any videos in a pretty large amount of time. I actually have no idea how long I haven't posted any videos online, but okay, I cannot promise to have a proper upload schedule from now, but I will try to upload more frequently and not let you wait a few thousand months before once again posting something. Today this drawing is something that ended up better than I expected, even though I did try to make it as good as I can, but I did not expect to make something I'm actually proud of once again. This is for a group project for the Kreativ-Klub. It's a German group. We have a Discord server on which we thought out this little project of making a big drawing all together, something like a poster or in that direction. Make it seem less chaotic. I don't want to say we got assigned a color, but we had the setup where we had drawing with the rainbow colors laid out in a certain order, and it was first come first pick, and I got violet magenta. That kind of describes the color the best. And the problem was in the beginning I didn't know what to draw, and but we settled on the theme journey into a different world. Didn't really help because I had literally no idea what I want to draw with a different world. I have a bunch of stuff that would not fit into this world. I was a bit confused at first, which is why it took me really long to even get the idea of I want to draw, and in the end I decided on picking the color I had as the background, maybe a bit in the foreground, try to include it into the atmospheric color, and as the character I draw, I chose my meadow, the unicat, the filthiest Pegasus kitty in the world. I hope still have that title. Hopefully, yeah. Also, I'm very sorry I had to cut a lot of stuff from the video out because the whole drawing took me a total of 5 hours and 27, something around that minutes, and the recording was about half an hour. I didn't want to put you through this, plus I don't know if I can upload that long videos on my channel, because sometimes if they're over 20 minutes they just don't get uploaded at all, or get errors or whatever. And when speeding it up, it was really confusing and hard to keep track of what's happening, so I cut a lot of things. In the beginning, for the first few minutes, I tried to cut as few as possible so you see the whole sketching process I have. I know my sketches aren't the most professional, but I guess as long as I can still keep track of what I'm doing, it's fine. Yeah. As you can see anymore right now, but as you can see in the beginning, I had this triangle that's in the top corner. I thought first I draw everything completely in there, but later on I decided on zooming out and compromising the character later on. Now I get to the coloring, soon you'll see the first cut, then you know how rapidly I cut everything and more, and my apologies. Yeah, it's kinda a bit of a mess, but I hope it's still okay. I still have to get used to cutting my stuff again. Right now I don't remember if I ever uploaded a video of speedpaint with my apologies again, where you could see the full body of my OC, but if I did something noticeable, I tried to stick to the more pastel colors, to more pastel design, to not oversaturate the whole drawing, which in the end I did anyways, but I tried not to, and I kind of prefer the colors like this. I replaced the rainbow music note on the flank with an apple, which you can't completely see, but I could probably somehow put an image here that shows what I mean. Alright, this is a drawing with no solid line art, so I had to make this look like a proper figure with proper proportions, but without line art, and I'm not used to doing that. Which is also why in the shading I had to kind of substantialize it, which more or less was both a fail and a victory at the same time. I'm not really sure. One thing I did notice is that even though I had those two shading colors for the brightest and the darkest, with the eye especially, I completely went out of that. It sticks out. I'm not really sure if I like it the more I look at it, but until it was done I didn't really notice any issues with that. Maybe I was just too intrigued into the drawing and the rest of the drawing as a whole, but the more I look at it, the more I see the eye sticking out of the hole. Something I also really like doing recently is drawing fur. I'm constantly practicing drawing fur with practice sketches and everything. I know it doesn't really sound very spectacular, but I'm really usually not used to drawing fur, which is why in here I have tried some different ways of drawing fur to also amplify the different fur lengths at different body parts, and the different ways fur can lie, fur can be. Later on I will also correct a lot of the fur, and I think I managed to make her look fluffy as hell, and I'm happy about that. But in some parts I'm not really sure if I really got the concept of how fur works right. Also at some parts I I made the shading rougher and more sticking out, so it's easier for me to color pick between the colors. This is mostly because of brush setting. It has really smooth edges, but in itself it's very rough, and I kinda had to experiment around with that. I strengthened the shades at some parts more than I originally intended to. I think it was a good idea. I don't know if an expert looks at this, you'll probably try to scream in pain, and I don't think that's good, but in my style I think it works. I'm really sorry if I hurt anyone's mind, someone who actually knows how to do this. I'm still new to this, without line art drawing and trying not to oversaturate everything. Another thing that really was a problem for me, okay, in the end kind of turned out okay, but the lag was a problem for me because, like I said, I did practice fur before drawing this, but with legs it's a bit different. Well, I usually tried to not draw legs at all because, okay, it always depends on what animal you're drawing, what species, what breed, whatever. but like with cats, most of the cats I've seen, they have fluffy fur, and with paws it gets a bit shorter and more detailed, and generally harder to see. And I didn't really dare to draw paws furry. I tried to make them like, I don't know, I tried not to draw fur. Later on I do intend to draw fur. I hope I halfway got it right, because when drawing the paws, I actually had my cat nearby so I could look at what the paws look like. Yeah, for anyone who actually has an idea of this stuff, stumbling over this, I hope I'm not angering you or anything. It's really just I'm a bit inexperienced with fur, and I still have to figure a lot of things out, but hey, it works for this one. Doesn't look like it should be in this word anyways. Phew. Here I am trying to draw fur on paws, and I don't know, it looked wrong without it, but it doesn't look really right with it either, so I hope it's not too bad of me that I later on cover most of the paws with grass. It's really my preferred way of dealing with this, even though I know I have to get out of my comfort zone and draw more of this, but it's quite something. Now we're slowly but surely getting to the end of the cat part and over to the pony part of my OC, and this is gonna be interesting because one thing I also have zero experience with is properly shading wings, and I guess I kinda made it look like something, but it doesn't look like I think wings are supposed to look either. It also does stand out, not as much as the eye, but it does stand out, and I do really have to hardly try to my best to ignore it. But yeah, I think I generally just need more practice with that. If you're confused why I'm drawing the flank, the backside body first before the orange part of the wing, is because first I was frustrated because wing didn't look like I wanted it to look, no matter what I did. And second, it was I already had shaded the part below the wing, so if I do somehow manage to make it look okay, I didn't accidentally draw over it with the shading from what's below it. Yeah. Okay, in the end it wasn't really worth it, but I tried. I tried a lot. Okay, visibly I'm still trying to correct the wing a bit, but let's just say I'm glad I can cut out all the failed attempts of drawing this wing. In the end I just settled with that. I tried a lot, and with nothing I was really happy, so yeah. Over to the leg. Better thing to talk about, the leg. And a few fur corrections, but leg, again, I shaded it more drastically to make the color pick for me easier, and to make the fur more visibly the shading, and yeah, it was actually pretty fun to draw this, even though, again, short fur isn't really my thing. And I did try to make hoofs. I think I should study hoofs a bit more before drawing hoofs again, but in the end it's not visible anyway, so I guess I got away with that. In general, drawing short fur is not really my fun thing. I think I can nail it if I try, but it wasn't as fun as to draw the long fluffy fur of a cat part. Let's put it like this. And by far it wasn't as fun as drawing the tail in the end, because that was the most fun part of them all. And I'm definitely gonna even try and improve that. Now, the pony part in general is what took the longest. The tail didn't take quite as long as the short fur, but still it took quite a while. I think it took even longer than the cat part, like just the tail. But I really had fun doing it, like I said. Yeah, it took a while, but there's nothing that a little music can't make better. I mean, why not? I usually have different ways of drawing hair. And this way of drawing hair, I have seen people do it like this before. But never really tried myself. I think once I did and never again, but now a few months, years, I don't know when I tried it later, it's actually pretty fun to do. I can imagine doing this more often. Okay, I wasn't really used to it, so something that that's used to it can easily draw isn't really kind of like this. I kind of like how it turned out with that. Here with the tail you can also see what I wanted to avoid doing with the wing. Because the tail is behind the leg and all, and I have to overshape the tail. Overshape the leg with the tail, and have to fix that later on, and I was afraid it could make the whole thing look a bit weird. If there happened to me what I feared would happen a bit higher up, and it ended exactly what I thought it would end, like a bit crippled. And onto the background foreground. I actually in the end did the background twice, because for one I made it for the project so it could fit a little triangle, but then again I wanted to have it for myself in bigger with a better resolution, so I actually drew the background twice, and it took not as long as I expected it to take, but that doesn't mean it didn't take long. Which is also the part where I started oversaturating things. First with the grass, I tried to desaturate it later on, but I don't really think it did much, especially when I added the atmosphere colors. Meh. Light, a bit of darkness, sparkles, and it all looked different. So yeah, this was my part of the group project. I will link you the other videos in the description as soon as I see that they're up, as soon as I can link them. And please check the other guys out, they're amazing. I've seen drawings and wow. Here again is a full drawing. I don't know if you like it or not, leave a like or something, or don't. I mean, it's up to you, not to me. And I hope to see you again in a video that won't take too long for me to bring out. Okay, bye.